So, before I start, I just want to remind you that the table plate, the concept map, you could do it in Google Docs or document, or you could also do it in PowerPoint. So, all right, to make it easier, wag niyo nang pahirapan sarili niyo. And you could also do it in traditional media. Traditional media meaning on paper, or and you could also do mixed media. So, wag niyo na pahirapan sarili niyo, okay? And everything is online naman, so you could copy and paste. Ayan. So, what you're going to do is just organize the facts. So, ayan. Uh, Today we're going to discuss about improvisation in various art forms. So, what do you know about improvisations? Does anyone of you know? What what is improv or improvisations for you? Anyone?
Something that's not planned or
Mhm.
extemporaneous.
Exactly, it's spontaneous. So that is uh, improvisations. But the thing is, when you say something spontaneously, uh, it also can involve with um, other people. And most of the time, what we're doing most of the time is improv. You just don't have to think about it. Like what I'm doing now, I'm talking or blabbing on my own. But most of the time, I don't have any script. I don't have any um, notes. I think I say whatever what I think. So most of the time I'm doing improv, and it is also the same as you talking to your friends, or going on a date or at a dinner table. When you talk to other people, it is the same kind of improv, but uh, we do it normally, and we do it more frequently, that we don't really think that uh, we don't act or think about it constantly. It just comes out naturally. But the improv here is that um, we do it. We do it without thinking. We do it with thinking. We are being conscious of talking or acting on, and uh, we don't, or even though we don't know what is the outcome, we try to think what the outcome would be. So we have a little bit of um, what do you call it? We have a little bit of idea, and we can manipulate a little bit on what the outcome would be. So improvisations here is doing something spontaneously but with conscious thinking. All right. So sorry, the alcohol is in my nose. Um, Spontaneous, unplanned, or wise free ranging activity. So when you say improv, it is the activity of doing something not planned beforehand, or using whatever you could be found. So it doesn't have any specific or scripted preparation, but improvisation can apply to different faculties. It could be artistic, scientific, physical, cognitive, academic, and non academic disciplines. So, improvisation is rather on the spot, or in the slang term, you say off the cuff, because it is very spontaneous, and uh, it is the moment of sudden inventiveness. So you invent something that is immediate and on the spot, and whatever comes to your mind on that time, the body is and the spirit or whatever you see out there is your inspiration and you do it. So that is improvisation. So to explain, this is the picture. uh, there is no plan A, there's no plan B, you go directly. So improvisation is like I said before, it could be in our everyday life, but it could also be an art form, and it can occur more often than it is practiced. And at the same time, in the art world, it is a practice in a way that it can encourage creative behavior. So the practice includes learning to use one's intuition, as well as learning technical understanding of necessary skills that comes within the domain of which one is practicing. So with improvisation, it could also include like dancing, singing, playing musical instruments. It could also be talking or creating artworks. It could also be problem solving, or just reacting to the moment when there is a particular stimulus of an immediate environment or inner feelings. Then you can improvise of how to react. So um, improvisation is like inventing what to do, or inventing a solution, or inventing a reaction on the spot. So that is improvisation. So it is a spontaneous activity. And an example, um, in music, for example, in jazz. So jazz players started when African American people or with African descent, wherein they play um, jazz instruments, drums, guitars, and a wind instrument like this one. I forgot what it is, but this is not a flute. This is what do you call it? Sorry, I forgot. It's at the tip of my tongue, but I cannot. Uh, well, anyway, um, you, these players, these jazz musicians, play uh, accordingly without any script, with any music sheet. They just play by uh, playing what they feel, and they also learn to listen to other players and react to it. So the result would be a combination of a very lively activity, and at the same time, since there is no script, it could be very it cannot be done again. So um, I mean, the music cannot be done again. So that is improvisation. And one example is jazz musicians. So I know. So this one, musicians can be understood as composing music on the fly or on the spot, and sometimes it could take as a solo performance or an ensemble with other players. If it's done well, the sorry, I think I have an allergy again. Often elicits gratifying musical emotion response from the audience. So one notable improvisational pianist is Franz Liszt. So uh, the origins of improvisation started um, from people who actually writes music, who compose music. So when composing music, you just play with different melodies and arrange it in a way that um, you experiment on the different notes and beats of the music, and then you arrange it, or you write it according to how you put and how it sound. So composing music started from improvisation first, and then that's how it um, became, and then they write it down. So examples of those improv masters are Bach, Mozart, and Beethoven. Another example is, for example, freestyle rap, or rapping is uh, freestyle rap is practiced as one of the creative processes of a finished product in the music industry. And when they record what they say, and if it's good enough, then they, you know, put it out there. And sometimes, for example, you rap also simply for fun. For example, the verbal combat or the battle rap. That is also an example of music improvisation. And uh, improvisation is good in a way that it allows musicians to relax and control the filters in their mind during the exercise. So, if you're not aware, mostly when we're out there, we talk, we behave accordingly to how societal norms wants us uh, to be seen, or wants us to see in order to fit in. Uh, but with music, with art, it is important to remove that filter, or remove that idea of trying to fit in, so that you can express yourself. So improvisation is one of those things that helps people people, or allows musicians and artists to be creative in their own way, and to express themselves without any kind of filter. Another example is theater improvisation, wherein uh, people, actors or actresses, place dramatic scenes without a written dialogue, and sometimes with minimal or no predetermined dramatic activity. This method, theater improv, has different purposes in theatrical history. Sometimes it is practiced to help uh, actors and actresses to be good for the role, to think on the spot, and to be creative and practice how to act. And sometimes it is also shortened as improv. So it started with Violence Pollen creating theater games as a method of training of acting. Then her son, si Paul Sills, popularized the improv, or the improvisational theater, to train the second city in Chicago. The second city became the first totally improvisational theater company in the US. And then you also have dance. When you dance, you of course try to think of steps, you try to, kasi dancing is arrange steps, bodily steps that is set to music. With dancing on before arranging how to uh, before arranging dance movements, you have to improv first before you're going to, think of a whole pattern of movements. So, dance improvisation helps choreographers to arrange movements, and it is also very interesting because improv in dance uh, aims to or experiments also with the concepts of shape, space, time, and energy while moving without inhibition or cognitive thinking. So, in this way, it creates unique, innovative movements, designs, and spatial configuration, dynamics, and sometimes unpredictable rhythms. So, improvisations without inhibitions allow choreographers to connect to their deeper creative self. And without inhibition or without anything that stop or so alam mo yung mind filter or block in the mind. Inhibit improvisation allows choreographers to create or invent purely on how they feel to the music. So that is the use of improv in dance. And then you also have this contact improvisation, which was developed in 1973. So contact improvisation is now practiced around the world. So it started as a movement study by Steve Paxton in 1970s, and it was continually developed by, by exploring by exploration of the Judson Dance Theater. So, contact improvisation is a dance based on weight sharing, partnering, playing with weight, exploring negative spaces, and unpredictable outcomes. And also, skills of improvisation can apply to many different abilities of forms of communication and expression. So, the skills and techniques of improvisation can be applied to artistic, scientific, physical, cognitive, academic, and non academic disciplines. So, for example, with problem solving, you actually need to think of a solution and trying to experiment on the solution makes um, makes us or experimenting on a solution, di ba you think of a solution, and sometimes some problems needs to experimented with a certain kind of solution to understand that this solution is can be solved, or this problem can be solved with this certain kind of solution. So improvisation could help that. And improvisation could also make a significant contribution in music, dance, sometimes cooking also can be applied with improv. Like for example, you have a turon, for example, you fry before frying the banana. You could put cheese on it, but sometimes you can think, what if you put ube on the turon, or what if you put langka or manga in the turon with the banana? What would it taste like? So that is another kind of improv. And then sometimes presenting a speech for something. Or, for example, if you forgot what your memorized speech, you could always improv or add words to the speech so that so that people will think that it's okay, it's part of the speech. And also in sales, for example, you have to think or say something to persuade people to buy your product, and that could also include with improv, and it's also applicable to personal or romantic relationships, sports, flower arranging, martial arts, psychotherapy, and much more. So, techniques of improvisation are widely used in training for performing arts or entertainment, for example, music, theater, and dance. And so, for example, like I said before, a simple act of speaking requires a good deal of improvisation because the mind is addressing its own thought and it is creating its unrehearsed delivery of words, sounds, and gestures, forming unpredictable statements. So, it is instantaneous composition. You talk by a purpose, but at the same time, on creating ideas and by talking alone can is an example of improvisation. So before we do the activity, I'm going to show you uh, uh, a video on improv. All right. Um,
Cheese Whiz! Help strengthen bones with a strength builder of calcium from Cheese Whiz. Hello, Lucylle.
Is uncertainty, which is great because we don't know what's going to happen over the next 12 or 13 minutes.
This could be the best 12 minutes of your life or the worst.
Yeah.
I promise you that.
So what we're going to be doing is Jolie and myself, we will be improvising a scene for you. We'll be telling a story. It'll be all improvised. We don't know what's going to happen. And while we're doing that, the gentleman from the Boreal Electroacoustic Music Society will be improvising music to what we're doing. And we didn't have time to make a PowerPoint slide, so we'll have two painters painting their own PowerPoint slide that goes along with what we're doing.
They also are creating.
All right, so the theme for tonight is uncertainty, which is great because we don't know what's going to happen over the next 12 or 13 minutes.
This could be the best 12 minutes of your life or the worst.
Yeah.
I promise you that.
So what we're going to be doing is Jolie and myself, we will be improvising a scene for you. We'll be telling a story. It'll be all improvised. We don't know what's going to happen. And while we're doing that, the gentleman from the Boreal Electroacoustic Music Society will be improvising music to what we're doing. And we didn't have time to make a PowerPoint slide, so we'll have two painters painting their own PowerPoint slide that goes along with what we're doing.
They also are creating based off your suggestion. So we're going to get a suggestion from you, and everything that's going to be on the page is going to come from that. It's going to be inspired by it, and we have no idea what we're going to do.
Yeah. So, and it's all based off suggestions for you, from you. So just to get you guys warmed up, on the count of three, if you were all to shout out your favorite color, 1, 2, 3, you would all say. Just sounds like
Brown. It's like a wash comes up.
All right, cool. So you guys are warmed up. We're warmed up. I'm ready to do this TED Talk.
Absolutely.
From you guys, just the deepest, darkest yearning. What is a TED Talk topic you'd love to see but know you never will? Just shout it out. Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
I heard mayonnaise. I heard puppies.
Okay, we're taking both.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, improvisation.
Dad,
Yes.
Dad, all the other kids get cool lunches. You always just make mayonnaise on 2 slices of bread and call it a day.
It's a mayonnaise sandwich, Sandy. It's a family tradition. Your grandfather subsisted on mayonnaise sandwiches through the entire siege of Stalingrad, and I will be gosh darned if we eat anything other than mayonnaise sandwiches.
Look, you and I know both that I just feed it to old Rex over here anyway.
I know. And
I
Rex-
hate mayonnaise.
What did you just say?
Dad, I'm sorry, okay? I know it's a family tradition and I know
You're just like your mother.
Don't say that. I'm nothing like Mom.
Everyone's leaving me. Everyone's leaving me and my sweet, sweet mayonnaise.
Dad,
Mm.
Mom didn't just leave you, okay? She, oh,
Ah.
it's horrific.
Ah.
No, stop it. Stop it.
No, no, no.
You gotta move on. You gotta move on from mayonnaise just like you have to move on from Mom. All right, she left not just you, she left both of us. To go and experience new things. She was sick and tired of just mayonnaise. She was sick and tired of just waking up and not having a full life.
It's so scary out there, though. Look, let's just smudge this mayonnaise off the window. Ah.
You live a weird life, Dad.
It's a bleak mayonnaise-less desert out there. You don't want to do it.
Dad, I think we need to. I think you, me, and Rex, me, what? I think that we need to. Oh, he slipped right out. He was covered in mayonnaise. We gotta be a family. We gotta experience life. I mean, what do you think Mom's doing right now? Yes.
I found you in these grapes.
That's right. I don't regret. Oh, okay, we're back. Okay.
I don't know, she's probably getting fed grapes by some hunchback or something.
That's a weird thing to assume.
You're
Look,
right.
whatever she's doing, it's got to be more flavorful than this.
Wow, okay. You're right, okay. Look, get this backpack.
I was wearing one. I'll change it.
All right, I'll put on yours.
Okay.
All right.
That's right. I played Dad. You played Sandra.
I've got so much to learn. Let's pack some supplies.
All right.
Some mayonnaise.
No!
We got more
No,
mayonnaise.
Dad! Put him back! This is the first step to the rest of your life.
Never thought I'd be making that step without mayonnaise.
It's time, Dad. Let's experience other condiments.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's go to the grocery store.
On the count of 3, Sandy. 1, 2, 3.
And they went to the grocery store. They walked the 2.5 blocks to their local Sobeys. When they walked in, Papa was very drawn towards the mayonnaise aisle. But Sandra persevered, grabbing her father and sending him to a different aisle, aisle 12.
Ketchup!
A full aisle of ketchup, Dad.
Oh.
That's right.
Oh, wow, I've never seen red before. I've never seen color before. This is like The Giver. This is like The Boy and The Giver.
I've also never seen a full aisle of ketchup because it doesn't exist in those Sobeys. But here we are, Dad. It's you and me. And we left Rex behind. That's okay. He needs to lick himself clean. Okay.
I'm just gonna, there's a knife maybe.
Not come out easy. But life isn't easy, Dad.
Meanwhile, the mother.
We've been at this for 4 days.
Yes.
I'm full.
You can't be full.
So full. These grapes are, though delicious, they're not quite fulfilling.
When you found my ad on Craigslist, you said you'd eat grapes forever, okay? You can't back out on me now.
Look, knife. You said that you would fulfill me. You said that you would grant me every wish I desired, and all it's been is grapes.
I assumed all your wishes would be grape-related. I'm not a mind reader.
That's exactly what I was trying to flee from. Just one thing. I want to experience things. I want to experience life. And yet. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. That was embarrassing.
Grapes will do that to you. Real acidic farts.
Oh. Ow. Oh.
What's happening to me too?
My heart. It hurts.
We need help. We need somebody to help us. My dad sends us tingling.
What is it, Dad?
Your mother's in trouble. She's pooping herself today.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
At a tech
There
conference,
was
no
really
less.
talented people on the stage earlier.
Everybody poops, okay?
Stop.
And right now your mother is pooping herself to
Stop
death.
Stop saying it, okay? Look, if you think we have to go and find her, I mean, it's not exactly what looking forward. It's not exactly moving on. If you think it's the right thing to do, Dad, I'm behind you.
Okay, thanks. It's nice to know that you want to save your mother's life from pooping herself to death.
Let's go. And they walked, and his daddy's senses were tingling the whole way until it was so strong it led them to their mother.
Oh, nasty! We gotta get you out of here.
I regret playing the mom.
Let's go.
Wait. Why'd you come back for me? I left you.
I left mayonnaise. It may have taken me 4 days too long to realize it, but there's some things in this world more important than mayonnaise. Like my wife and my daughter. I've been such a fool.
No, I've been the fool. I mean, being fed endless amount of grapes, I started to crave mayonnaise. I just kept dreaming of them dipped in mayonnaise. It would have been a smooth ride down the gullet. But more importantly, I missed you. And I missed our daughter. Wow, Mom. Thanks, because I don't know if it could just be me and Dad.
I was a good
Doesn't
dad.
seem like, yeah, but I mean, there's elements that he was missing. I'm so sorry. I'll never leave you guys again.
I'll never leave you either. Come on, family, bring it on in.
All right, come on. Wow, it feels nice to be a family again.
What about me?
Wait, are you Knife or are you the dog?
I'm Knife.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Knife, come on in.
Oh no, Knife has nobody. Forget about Knife. A puppy!
Watch out, he's covered in mayonnaise.
Oh! You know, I bet if I fed a puppy grapes, it would eat forever. That's Knife's motivation.
Mom, Dad, what do you say we go home?
I think that's the best idea I've heard in a long time. Now, who wants some mayonnaise?
I bet you didn't expect the real poop so many times, but thank you very much.
Thanks so much. I've been Tim. This is Jolene. Working on the PowerPoint slide, which looks great, is Juliano and Boris. And yeah, give it up to them.
Beautiful piece.
And playing the 30 clarinet, we had Don. And on the trombone, we had Ken. Give it up to them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so what do you think of um, what you saw, guys? Hello, are you
It
there?
was entertaining, ma'am.
Okay. Other else, other things besides that it was entertaining. Yes, Joaquin.
It's very funny.
Okay, thank you. How about Vaijo?
Yung sa improv na, skit ba yung tawag, ma'am? Or like theater performance pa, tas may nagpe-paint sa likod. Ang ganda panoorin like, if I'm there personally. Because you'll never know what happens next. Kasi, di ba, pag sa pelikula, like, magano ka magpapredict ka na, mangyayari ganyan, mamatayin siya. Pero that's good because nga, improve siya. Like, you will never know, like, what happened to the mayonnaise? And bakit? Ganun siya. And it was, late ko na realize na there was, like, visual artist sa likod na, like, nagpapatuloy pa rin. Like, napansin ko sila at first, but I thought na tapos na sila. But, ayun, tinapos na nila. Tapos, like, gusto ko makita yung, yung buong painting kasi I know it will tell a story and kung di man namin, kung ako, hindi ko napanood yung skit na yan, parang like, what? Ano bang painting to? Anong ibig sabihin nito? Parang ganun siya. Actually nice and yeah, entertaining and funny nga.
Okay, so there naman sa performance na yun or sa TED Talk na yun, you have actors who are improvising, and you have also musicians who are also improvising, and you also have visual artists who are improvising. So basically, the first TED Talk explains to you what is improv, is what is the use, and what is what its relevance to the real world, and why do you try to do improv every day and be, alert on it. And then the second video was how they perform improv of what it's like. But you could also do it with, for example, with other people, not only on stage. So that was improv. All right. I hope it was clear and I hope you have fun on it. All right. So I'm going to stop recording. I think everyone understood it